So let's say we have a question like 2 over 5 plus 3 over 10. We can't actually add these together yet because the denominators are not the same, right?
Yeah.
So, do any of you know how I could get a denominator that would be the same?
Well, you have to multiply by 2 because it could go into 10.
10, you're right.
Yeah.
So remember, we've done this a little before.
Yeah.
It's called greatest common multiple, right? So I put down 5 and 10. Sorry, lowest common multiple. I do the multiples of 5. 5 times. So you know what I can do? I can even make a little chart. Actually, that's what I'll do right now, just so it makes. Okay. So, like I said before, we've made our chart. Okay, and we're gonna put our two numbers here in blue. So 5 and 10 are my two numbers. And I'll put a time sign because we're going to figure out multiply by these numbers. So, by 1. 5 times 1 is
5.
And 10 times 1?
10.
And by 2. 5 times 2 is?
10.
10 times 2 is?
20.
Okay. Now, I could go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But there's really not a need. I'm just going to fill a couple of these out. Have you guys noticed that there's already a number that is common between them?
Yeah.
What's the number?
10.
Ah, that's right. If we take a look here, 10 shows up on both. So exactly as you girls had said, a common multiple for both of these is 10. I don't even have to change the second fraction. So what I do have to figure out though is what I would multiply each of them by to get 10.
Okay.
So in the first one, technically you could say I multiply it by 1. So what we could say is I bring down a fraction, okay, get our equal sign. And technically I multiply this by 1 and this by 1. So what do I get?
3 over 10.
Yeah, right? It doesn't change, right? And the reason we multiply by 1 is, if you girls remember, to get 10 down here, I multiplied by 1 to get that 10. Now for the 5, I multiplied by the number 2. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to multiply this by 2 and this by 2. What will that give us as a fraction?
4 over 10.
4 over 10. Very good. So, now I have common denominators. What do I do for my answer? First of all, what is the answer going to be over, we know?
10.
10, that's right. The common denominators stay the same. And what do we do to the two top numbers?
You add them both.
So what do we get?
7 over 10.
Easy. Real easy. Okay, I'm going to do a little harder one now. Okay, so example 2, we have 4 over 3 minus 2 over 7. Okay? Again, I'm going to set up my chart. My denominators are 4 and 7. So I'm going to put down 4 and 7. And these are all the numbers I can multiply by. And you know, it's possible I might even have to go higher, but here's a little trick here. We know that at least a common multiple will always be this number 4 times this number 7. That will be a common multiple. So actually, if I make this chart, the highest number I have to go to is just whatever the highest denominator is. So the highest denominator is 7, so I only have to make this chart go to 7. Because I know by the time I get to 7, well, 4 times 7, we know that that's going to make a common denominator, okay? So, let's go through these. 4 times 1?
4.
7 times 1?
7.
Okay. 4 times 2?
8.
7 times 2?
14.
4 times 3?
12.
7 times 3?
21.
Are there any common multiples yet?
No.
No? Okay, let's keep going. 4 times 4?
16.
4 times 7?
28.
4 times 5?
20.
7 times 5?
35.
Good. 4 times 6?
24.
And 7 times 6?
42.
Yeah. And 7 times 4?
28.
7 times 7?
29.
Okay. Okay. Let's take a look. I want to just focus on all these numbers here before the 7. So I know I didn't draw a very good circle there, but 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Did any of those show up in the 7? No. But we did see, what number is this? 28. Is there a 28 anywhere in here?
Yes.
Yes, right here. Okay, so let's circle our 2, so we know our common denominator is going to work. I know that 28, so I do 4 times 7, I get 28. And my other 28, I know I did 7 times
4.
4. See? So that's where it worked. We know that we went to 7 and we got a common denominator that was the same. So let's go through this. So first of all, what do I have to multiply the 7 and the 2 by?
4.
Yeah, that's right, because we had our 4 here to get to 28. So 4 times 2 and 7 times 4. What are we going to get as a fraction now?
8 over 28.
8 over 28. Okay, and what about our 3 over 4? What do I have to multiply that by?
7.
Yep, so 3 times 7 and 4 times 7. What are we going to get?
21 over 28.
Hey, very good. Okay, now our answer, what's the denominator going to be?
28.
Great. And our top, what do we have to do?
You have to subtract 21 and 8.
So what will we get?
13.
Hey, very, very good. Excellent. Is that easy?
Yeah.
Okay, third example we're going to do is it deals with mixed fractions, okay? Adding and subtracting. Now, your teachers might teach you guys to line them up. Let's say we have an example like 2.5 added to 4 and 4 over 6. Okay? Now, let's say we have that. Some of your teachers might ask you to line it up this way, over 4 and 4 over 6. But because we normally do multiplication, dividing fractions, adding fractions side to side, it might be easier if we just keep it side to side. Okay? So instead of doing this one over here, we're just going to solve it this way. Now, there's many different routes you can take. You can first turn it into an improper fraction, or you can keep it like this and just change the denominators, but then you kind of have to carry. I think the easiest way is we turn it into an improper fraction first, so we'll call step. Step 1, change to improper fraction. And do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
What's an improper fraction?
It's when you with the mixed fraction, you have to multiply the whole number by the denominator, which is 2 times 2 is 4.
Yeah.
Then you add the
That's right.
numerator.
Good. Second step, 2, is going to be to get a common denominator, okay? Get common. Get a common denominator. And then step 3, actually there's 4 steps, because they might ask you for the answer in mixed form, okay? So we'll put 4 steps. Step 3, solve. We'll just say that, okay? Because once you're a common denominator in improper fraction, we just have to add or subtract or multiply. And then step 4, change back to mixed fraction, we're going to say, okay? Change back. Can you read that word back?
Yeah.
Back to mixed fraction. Okay, so there's 4 big steps. So you know what I'm going to do? Just so you guys remember them. Let's put a nice, oh no. Put this around it. So it's separate from the question, but we know it's important. Okay? So these are 4 major steps to this stuff here. So, like we said, first step, change to improper fraction. Now you girls remember how to do it. You just told me, right? We take the mixed number, multiply by the denominator, then whatever that equals, we're going to add to the top. So in other words, we took 2 times 2, which was 4, and we know 4 plus 1 is?
5.
So what's our fraction going to be?
5 over 2.
Good. All right, what about our other one? We take 4 times,
6.
which is?
24.
And we add it to?
4.
So that gives us?
28 over 6.
Good, 28 over 6. So I'm going to put up here, that was step 1. Step 1 complete, okay? And we know it's got to equal something. Now step 2. I'm going to have to do what?
Find the common denominator.
Okay, what is a common denominator here?
6.
6, that's good. Do I have to do anything to the second fraction?
No.
No, let's keep that. So it's going to be 28 over 6 is equal to something. What do I have to do the first fraction?
You have to multiply by 3.
Yeah, so let's multiply the top and the bottom by 3. So, what's our new fraction going to be?
15 over 6.
Good. There we go. Now we get to our lovely step 3. What does step 3 say?
You have to solve the...
Okay, so let's solve it. We'll put 15 over 6 plus 28 over 6 is equal to, what's my denominator going to be in my answer?
6.
Good. And let's add this together. What are we going to get?
I think it's 43.
Yeah, very good. 43. So we have 43 over 6. And finally, step 4. What was step 4?
You have to change it into a mixed fraction.
Now, do you girls know how to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go through this. We're going to change it to a mixed fraction. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to color code this a little. Essentially, what we have to do is this question says, this line here is a division line. So this question actually says 43 divided by 6. Okay? So I'm actually going to write that on the side. I'm going to write 43 divided by 6. Okay? Now, I'm going to change the colors of them just so we can see it in our answer. I'm going to turn the 6 into a, let's say, just blue. Okay? And my answer and my remainder are important, so I'll change those colors after. So, first thing, how many times does 6 go into 43?
7.
7. So I'm going to change that number to 7. 7 is going to be our mixed. That's going to be our mixed number. 6 times 7 is what?
42.
Okay, so what do I do with that number?
You put it under the 42.
And then what?
You subtract.
Good. And what do I get?
1.
So my remainder is what?
1.
Remainder is 1. I put these 3 numbers in color because they're important to creating the fraction now. Okay? So I know I'm going to have my division line. The first one that's important is 7. 7 is going to be, do you know which number it's going to be? Yeah, it's going to be our whole number. So our whole number is going to go to the left of the fraction here. So we have our big 7. That's our whole number. What is our denominator going to be on our fraction?
It's going to still be 6.
Yeah, it's still going to be 6, right? So this goes to the bottom of the fraction. Put our 6 down here. And finally, what is going to be our numerator on this fraction?
1.
1, yes. Our remainder 1 is important because it's the new numerator. It's going to go to the top of the fraction. So, now that we have all our colors coded, oops, up a little, I'm going to put it all in black here, so let's say it's our final answer. What is our final answer in mixed form?
7 and 1 6.
Good. Excellent. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you girls can do that?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll give you a little sheet to practice that.